When you're looking for something random to do, check out this channel. Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So what I'm doing today, I'm just going to show you some of the progress of my succulents. So a lot of them, they kind of just die. They dry out, they don't ever sprout anything, and some of them do. So I leave them in here as long as possible, and eventually they'll start turning into these little buds. And a new plant should start growing right out of it, kind of like this one. So far, I've successfully been able to plant this. It's grown really big. I recently planted this one, and I'm hoping that eventually it takes roots in here and it starts growing. So we're going to keep the progress and we're going to keep the updates on that one going. But this one has been growing really nicely since I planted it a long time ago. I've noticed that there are certain succulent plants that just tend to grow better than others. And this is just one of them. I think it's because this one's very common. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take these little succulents that I had just got from somewhere, and I'm going to try and plant them into this little pot right here. This little dirty pot here. And this is a succulent. It's supposed to be growing. It's attached, but this is so big. It's just taking forever to dry out and sprout something new. So I think I'm going to be waiting a long time for this one to turn into something. But more importantly, I want to show you me trying to plant these succulents that I had found. They already have a little bit of roots on them. So all I have to do is moisturize this soil here. Because this one's really dry. I'm going to water a few of my other plants while I do that. I've got another succulent here. I got lots of avocados. This one is growing amazingly. This one down here needs to be replanted. I'll show you the video on that, and I'll show you the video of me separating these and replanting them into a bigger pot because they're crowding, and this one. So we're going to do a couple of replanting videos. Just so you can see how I maintain all of my plants. And the one important thing I will say about succulents is you need to, when you're propagating them, you need to keep the water moist. That's the most important thing, is keeping the water moist. So here we go. I'm just going to grab a piece of mulch and kind of push the soil down. There we go. And I'm just going to dump these all out in here. So I've got a couple of them in there. This one's a little tiny. And I have to be really gentle with these because we want them to attach to the soil, but I don't want to break them. I want to give them all enough room to grow. Like that. And just gonna move that out the way. Gonna take this one and I'm going to just gently, got an ant on my shoe. I'm just gonna gently kind of push this. So my camera had died and I was showing you guys how I was gonna plant these. So it's already been out here and they're already dry. It's really hot. So all I'm doing is finish placing these in the dirt. I'm not too concerned with how they're gonna lay in the soil. I just want to make sure they make it in the dirt so they can start growing. I'm hoping they grow. I got these out off of this really pretty succulent. We're just gonna keep an eye on these. Make sure the soil stays moist, because that's the one thing with succulents. The moment it dries out is the moment that they die. So just gonna take a little bit of water here. Make sure the soil is nice and moist. Ooh. So I'm gonna have to make sure I keep a close eye on these, because like I said, the moment that the soil dries out will be the moment that these die. So I'm gonna try and pay very close attention. Maybe I might have to water them every day. I'm not too sure at the moment, but okay, I'm getting out of control with the water. I really want to make sure that this soil is nice and wet though. And there we go. Eventually the root should attach in here like they've done with some of my other plants that I've showed you. But this one is growing. I keep watering it to make sure it stays nice and healthy. It's leaning right now. And that's it. So I'll keep updating you guys on the progress of this plant and making sure you see what this turns into. Thank you for watching my video. Tune in for the next one. If you would like to see me do something special, write it down in the comments. Like and subscribe.